Hi, I'm Linda May, and I am the founder and Archdruid Priestess of Druids of the Light. It's a 501c3 here in Sedona, Arizona, and I'm also a reader for Crystal Magic Psychic Center, also here in Sedona. And I'm here to talk to you today about the new moon that's coming this Thursday, June 10th at 3:52 a.m. So by the time you wake up, it will already be past the exact moment of it starting. And we do, as I've mentioned, have a new moon when the sun and moon are considered conjunct, and that means it's the end of one lunar cycle and the beginning of a new lunar cycle. So that's basically what's happening starting this Thursday. And astrologically, it means both the sun and moon are in the same sign, and at this time, this Thursday, the sun will be Gemini. So Gemini is actually really cool. It's a time when communication is significant, and Gemini is an air sign, so it does focus on intellect, curiosity, learning, and also close friends is a part of that. So this particular lunar cycle also begins with a solar eclipse, which is further influenced by many other astrological aspects which play a part in this particular new moon. For example, Mercury went retrograde, and it will still be retrograde until June 22nd. So it went retrograde at the end of May, and it'll be retrograde till June 22nd. So that's going to affect communications. It actually sort of disrupts them, but it actually does more for communicating with yourself. So doing inner work during the time of Mercury retrograde is always a great idea. We also, however, have Saturn retrograde, and that is definitely about taking a look at how we limit ourselves. So some believe all of these aspects, as well as some others, such as a square with Neptune, which is also coming up, could be a time of confusion, deceit, vulnerability. So you need to be careful. Really take care of yourself in any communications and contracts that you may have, and keep an open mind to all the changes that are coming about because of all of this. Because ultimately that is what any challenges is about, the change that follows, because challenges are only here to help us grow. This is also the end of the season of Beltane, when spring starts turning towards summer, as I've mentioned before, as well as the beginning of the season of summer, which actually will begin on June 20th, which is just before the full moon on June 24th. So Beltane, as we have said before, is a time of fertility and growth, and the summer solstice heralds in the time of the greatest light. It's the longest day of the year, and it's a time to really purify ourselves and celebrate the light of consciousness within ourselves. And it's a time for a lot of integration and balance and sharing our light with the world. So all of the challenges and communication things and everything else we're going through right now are helping us to go into that portion of the year. So again, we work through some of that with the new moon, like I said, and we're becoming greater beacons for others in the long run, and it's good to remember that. So as I've mentioned before, the traditional Celtic tree calendar is based on the moon cycles, with the new year beginning at Samhain, and that is October 31st, Halloween. And for this period, there were actually two trees that are affecting us. So the first one is the hazel. This is the hazel. And the hazel is known for intuitive wisdom, insight, clarity, and higher perspectives, which is all stuff that's going to be helping us through all of these new moon communication challenges and everything else. Like I said, it's a perfect time to go within. So that is also, it's also reasserting some of the things I talked about in regards to summer, in regards to what summer's about and bringing in more light and all that. Now the apple, right here, oops, upside down, sorry, apple. That card is known for beauty, abundance, and choice. So remember, it's always about choice. It also connects us to the other worlds, and so it is important for us to take time to recognize spirit helpers all around us, and really working with us as we celebrate the abundance of the seasons and make our choices with wisdom and balance. And now I'll draw a Druid animal card. Did I show you that this is the Celtic Tree Oracle deck I've been using? All right, and now I'm going to be pulling a Druid animal card from this deck. which I've mentioned before is my favorite deck. And let's see what the animals have to say to us about this time. So the card that came up is the wolf. Okay, so that is actually very perfect for the message that we are in right now, because the wolf stands for introspection and doing your inner work. It actually has to do with doing your shadow work. And shadow work is the stuff within us that is often unconscious. So we have to kind of find our way to work with our shadow stuff and find the things that trigger us and figure out its source, and then surrender all those things so that we can allow something new to come in. So that's part of the work of this time, and that's part of the challenges that will probably be upon us. And they can be as easy as hard as you make them, honestly. So it really depends on how you go with the flow and use the time wisely, or fight it. And if you fight it, it's going to be harder. It just works that way. So the wolf, introspection, go within, do the work. Very important. And now finally I'll conclude with Whispering Woods, the little oracle deck. And nice messages always. I love these messages. So the card that comes up, that's interesting, is Origins. Remember your roots. So part of that has to do with, I believe, remembering your roots is just knowing where you came from, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. You get to grow. You know, you get to grow and learn and go on, but a lot of times you do need to look at your roots for both positives and negatives in your life, and celebrate the positives, release the negatives. You don't need them. So anyway, I'll be back again in a few weeks to talk to you about the full moon before the full moon comes. It might be the actual day because the full moon is on a Thursday, so we'll see. But today I was lucky enough to be able to do it a little earlier. And if you would like a psychic soul reading, be sure to check out crystalmagicpsychiccenter.com. You can make appointments online. And if you would like to know more about Druids of the Light, my organization, you can find us on Facebook, as well as our website, druidsofthelight.org. And I send you blessings of this new moon. And really take them in, breathe them in, hold them close. Blessings to you.